Milad Sullivan for Kimura.se, standing here with the president himself, Mr. Dana White, who just flew in to Japan. Are you jet lagged at all?
No, I don't really get jet lag.
How come? How come you don't get jet
I
lag?
don't know, man. I've been flying for like 11 years, and it doesn't bother me. I never get jet lag, no matter where I go.
This is the fourth time the UFC is in Japan. This is the first time under the Zuffa brand, the Zuffa organization. Tell us how come you chose to come to Japan at this juncture in time, and why you pick Asia to market the UFC right now.
Well, it's just the way it worked out. Obviously, we've been working on Japan for a long time. We've wanted to come here forever, and now is just the time that everything worked out. We got everything. We were going to come here earlier, and we had a deal in place, and everything fell apart. And now, here we are. We got this one worked out. We got it figured out. Came in, sold this event out, and I'm excited.
It's actually sold out. I heard 20,000. What's the capacity we're looking at?
We're looking at 22,000. So when we sell 20,000, there's 2,000 tickets left. We consider that a sellout. You know, what's today? Thursday? Yeah. You know, we still got 3 days before the event happens. So.
And we're talking about the Saitama Super Arena, truly a place of legends. They call it the Mecca of mixed martial arts. Is there a specific reason why you chose that venue?
Yeah, I would agree with everything that you just said. I mean, the Super Arena is a place where, you know, all the big mixed martial arts fights have happened. All the big concerts. It's the place to go.
You got a who's who of legends when it comes to Japanese fighters. You got Kid Yamamoto, you got Gomi fighting, and of course you have Yoshihiro Akiyama. What was the mindset going into creating this fight card, and how come you chose those fighters that you actually did?
Well, you know, the main card is filled with all guys who are, you know, some of the best in the world, and these fights mean something as far as advancing their positions in the divisions, and obviously, you know, the lightweight title bout in the main event. But a lot of the Japanese guys that are fighting on the card, you know, anywhere we go, whether it's Japan or, you know, when we go to Sweden and everywhere, it's guys' dreams to fight in the UFC in their hometown, in their home country. And no different than the guys that we've got on this card. But Yushin Okami, again, Yushin Okami is one of the best fighters in the world and has been for a long time at 185 pounds. And Akiyama is just, every time this guy fights, it's an exciting fight. And he's one of these guys that goes out to finish or be finished. And it's going to be exciting to see him at 170 pounds, where I believe he belongs.
We're going to talk about Sweden in a minute or so. I'm just going to ask you first about Rampage Jackson. Now, he's truly had a transcendent career. He had a storied career. It all started here. He went from Quentin Jackson to being Rampage Jackson. He made a name of himself right here. Now, I got to ask you, wouldn't it be a perfect opportunity, and I'm not going to put any words in your mouth, for him to close the circle, and maybe this would be his last fight fighting over in Japan?
Who knows? I mean, let's see what happens, you know, this weekend. But, you know, should Rampage win and keep moving, I mean, we're coming back to Japan again. He could end up fighting here again. I know he'll be lobbying me to fight here again.
But are we looking at, if he beats Ryan Bader, where does that actually put him in the rankings? He just comes off from a loss from John Jones Bones. Is there something that he's looking for, another title run?
Yeah, there's no shame in losing to Jones, and you know, this is a fight for him to get back on track and start working his way back up the ladder to get another title shot.
And also, speaking of nothing,
same thing for Bader. Not to be all Rampage. I mean, this is a big fight for Bader too. For Bader to knock off a guy like Rampage, who they both lost to Jones. Yeah. You know, this is a real big fight for Bader.
And he just comes off a win from Jason Brill, so this should really put him in somewhat of a contention spot, right?
Yeah, it definitely gets him back into the upper echelons, yeah, or the mix. All right, I'll say that. I know you guys love when I say the mix. Gets him back into the mix. Yeah.
We're going to talk a little bit about it. News broke, I think it was yesterday. Nate Marquardt is back in Strikeforce. How come you chose to pick him back under the Zuffa banner?
Yeah, it's been, you know, right when he first, you know, was I'll call it exiled or kicked out of the UFC, whatever you want to call it, or cut from the UFC. You know, MC Hammer is one of his, you know, is in his team.
Is that the Alchemist management?
Huh?
MC Hammer's management, Alchemist? Is that
I don't know. Yeah, but he called me up and asked if we could eat in L.A. So I did. I met him there. We had dinner, and you know, he was lobbying to get Marquardt back in, and I said, you know, I love you, man, but he's got to get out there and, you know, fight in other shows. He opted to not fight in any other shows. He wanted to sit out, and he wanted to be back in the UFC. So, you know, we talked. We're putting him back in Strikeforce, and we'll see what happens. We'll see if this. I like Nate Marquardt. He's a really good guy, but professionally he needs to get his shit together, and he needs to come into Strikeforce and do the things that he's got to make weight. He's got to pass all the tests and do all the other shit. So we'll see how it goes.
Thank you so much, as always, for taking your time. For Kimura.se, my name is Milad Solevan. And UFC 144, Saturday, American time? Sunday, early Sunday, Japanese time. Thank you once again, sir.
All right. Thank you. All right, brother.